Hello students, today we are going to solve page 120 number 8. In the figure below, OA equals OB and angle AHO equals angle PKO equals 90 degrees. Question 1, show that O is the midpoint of segment HK. Question 1, show underline O is the midpoint of HK. To prove that O is the midpoint of HK, we need to prove that segment OH equals segment OK question mark. Here, to prove that these two segments are equal, we need to choose two triangles where OH is a side of the first triangle and OK is a side of the second triangle, and then prove them that they are equal. Here we notice that OH is a side of triangle AOH and OK is a segment of or a side of triangle KOP. So let's prove that these two triangles are congruent. First, we can notice that side OA equals OB. It's given. Now we need to prove that the two angles adjacent to side OA of vertex O and of vertex A are respectively equal to the two angles adjacent to side OB of vertex O and of vertex B. Here we notice that angle AOH equals angle KOB, vertically opposite angles are equal. All we need to do now is to prove that angle OAH is equal to angle OBK. Now I want you to pay attention to a mistake that a lot of students make. Some students will claim that the third evidence here is the fact that OHA equals angle OKB, which is wrong because the angle of vertex H is not adjacent to side OA and the angle of vertex K is not adjacent to side OB. We need to prove that the angles of vertices A and B are equal. Be careful. Now, how do I prove that angle HAO equals angle OBK? Here, if you notice, in these two triangles, we have these two equal angles, and we have the second pair of equal angles. And we learned a theorem earlier that says if two angles in one triangle are equal to two angles in another triangle, then the third pair of angles are equal. So here we have angle AOH equals angle KOB, vertically opposite angles, and AHO equals OKB equals 90 degrees given. Then we can claim that these two angles are equal. So let's write the proof first. First, let's prove that these two angles are equal. Then we prove that these two triangles are congruent. So to prove that these two triangles are equal, first we write angle AOH equals angle BOK, vertically opposite angles are equal. And since angle OAHO equals angle BKO equals 90 degrees, it's given. Result, angle HAO equals angle KBO. If two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of another triangle, then the third pair of angles are equal. Now we prove that these two angles are equal. Now let's prove that these two triangles are congruent, and as a result, OH will be equal to OK as corresponding elements. So in triangles AOH and KOB, first we have OA equals OB, it's given. Angle AOH equals angle BOK, vertically opposite angles are equal. And last, angle HAO equals angle KBO. We just proved it. So we write here proved. We proved it here instead of proving it here. Then we write the congruence statement. Triangles AOH and KOB are congruent by one equal side included between two equal angles. All their corresponding elements must be equal. In particular, OH equals OK. And as a result, O is the midpoint of segment HK. Now question 2. The bisector of angle HAO cuts UV in I or at I here. So we draw the bisector of angle HAO using your protractor or using your compass. After drawing the bisector, it will cut UV at point I, and the bisector of angle KBO cuts UV at point J. Question A, show that O is the midpoint of segment IJ. Show, underline, O is the midpoint of IJ. Here, to prove that point O is the midpoint of segment IJ, we need to prove that segment OI equals segment OJ, question mark. Here, as we did in question 1, we need to choose two triangles where OI is a side of the first triangle and OJ is a side of the second triangle. Here we notice that OI is a side of triangle OIA and OJ is a side of triangle JOB. So we need to prove that these two triangles are congruent. Let's find the three evidence needed. First, we noted that OA equals OB. We found our equal side. Now we need to prove that the two angles adjacent to OA are respectively equal to the two angles adjacent to OB. Here we notice that AOI equals JOB, vertically opposite angles are equal. All we have to do now is to prove that angle AIAO equals angle OBJ. So how will we prove the fact that these two angles are equal? Here we have this new information, the fact that AI is the bisector of angle HAO. And we know that the angle IAO is in fact half angle HAO. And since the semiline BJ is the bisector of angle OBK, we can say that OBJ is equal to the half of angle OBK. So let's write these two equations and let's see what we can, how we will continue afterwards. So angle IAO equals angle HAO divided by 2, angle bisector effect, and angle JBO is equal to angle KBO divided by 2, angle bisector effect. Now we need to prove that these two quantities are equal in order to prove that these two angles are equal by transitivity. So, since angle HAO equals angle KBO, which is proved already in question 1, it's already proved. Now by transitivity we can say result angle IAO equals angle JBO by transitivity. So here, to prove that these two angles are equal, we prove that they are the halves of two equal angles. Then by transitivity they are equal. So we use the angle bisector property to write these two equations. Now the three evidence needed to prove that the two triangles IOA and JOB are found. Now we are ready to prove their congruence. So let's start. In triangles IOA and JOB, we have OA equals OB. It's given, so we found our equal side. Angle AOI equals angle BOJ, vertically opposite angles are equal. And last, angle IAO equals angle JOB. It's already proved. Instead of proving that these two angles are equal here between parentheses, we proved it here in the beginning. Then we used it in our proof later on. Now the congruence statement. Triangles AOI and JOB are congruent by one equal side included between two equal angles. All their corresponding elements must be equal. In particular, or namely, OI equals OJ. And as a result, O is the midpoint of segment IJ, and our question is answered. Now question B, show that segment HI equals segment JK. Show, underline, HI equals JK. So to prove that the two segments HI and JK are equal, question mark, what do you think we need to do? Here we have no measurements given, but from question 1, we know that OH equals OK. And from question 2, we know that segment OI equals segment OJ. So can we use the transitive property? What do you think about segment HI? It's a part of segment OH. HI is equal OH minus OI, and JK is equal OK minus OJ. So we can write them in the form of difference of two segments that are respectively equal. And by transitivity, these two segments will be equal. So proof, HI is equal OH minus OI, segment subtraction. JK is equal OK minus OJ, segment subtraction. Since OH equals OK, it's already proved, or we can say also they represent two corresponding elements of these two triangles AOH and OKB that we already proved that they are congruent. Also, we can write it as a reason, or since we proved it already, we can write proved. And OI equals OJ, also they represent two corresponding elements of the two congruent triangles IOA and JOB that we already proved already. But since we proved it here already, we can say here proved, or you can say corresponding elements of the two congruent triangles IOA and JOB. It's the same. And as a result, since OH equals OK and OI equals OJ, it means their difference are equal. These two quantities are equal. OH minus OI equals OK minus OJ, and the result HI equals JK by transitivity. This is the end of the exercise and of our video. After watching the solution, copy it on your math copybook. Thank you for watching.